All right. So Trump is on Epstein's list apparently. Here is why that doesn't matter, and why it never mattered, and why anyone who even knows who Epstein was probably should know that the list never really fucking mattered, right? So yes, he is on Epstein's list. That's what the black book is, right? He's also been to Diddy parties. Now that's actually more creepy. That might mean something, but honestly, sure, whatever. Um, Here's the thing, though, right? Here's who Epstein was and why it doesn't matter. Epstein was effectively a guy who you met at the island in the first place because he had connections to a lot of people, right? You only ever went to his island because a lot of other people did, right? So most people who went on the island even were not pedophiles. The vast majority weren't. People went there for job opportunities, right? Um, and when they found out what was on the island, a lot of them fucking dipped. Michael Jackson being one of them. Michael Jackson, as we all know, was not a pedophile, but he was on the island. Why? Well, guess what? You're an upcoming singer. You're already very famous. But you're not, you're not like how he was with owning half of Sony Music at that point, famous at this point, right? So he went there for more connections. I think this would like around when he went solo, right? So he wants more connections, so he has, people to, looking out for him and some money and stuff, right? He goes there, he finds out a lot of shit, and then he also, caring about children, wants to blow the whistle. So clearly, people who went on there weren't all pedophiles because Michael Jackson went on there, and that's why, they deemed him as a pedophile, by the way. But it's also why, like that's why they deemed him as one. But that's also why he went crazy and talked about all the stuff with FBI because he wasn't going crazy. That's what he saw, right? He saw people harming kids in Hollywood. He didn't like that, so he dipped and started talking about it. And that's why they ruined his life. But at the same time, not everyone was doing that. Clearly, I mean, the kids weren't, right? Like, are we going to say the kids who were in Epstein's Island were guilty? No, right? So, not every adult was either, right? And not every adult who didn't speak up was complicit either. Some of them probably just couldn't really like they saw what happened with Michael Jackson. They were like, well, I mean, if it's not going to do anything, why would we fucking speak, right? That's really the thing. Because they made an example of Michael Jackson, none of the other ones wanted to speak about it. So this is why like the list doesn't matter because ultimately not everyone on the list is a pedophile, even if they went to the island. Um, and it doesn't really fucking matter. Now, at the same time, I do think Trump is a PDF, but and so is Elon, right? I've said this before and I'll say it again. I don't really think most of the politicians are okay with kids, right? For a better, like if we want to put in modern terms, a lot of people in politics are registered Mr. Beast employees. You know, um, that's basically how I will put it. Okay. Um, but that doesn't mean that Trump being on Epstein's black book or list, whatever, would mean anything. It doesn't because most of the people on there are not even remotely even aware of what happened on the island, and most people on the island, while they are aware of what happened there, definitely weren't pedophiles. Most probably just kept their mouth shut because they saw the guy who didn't keep his mouth shut fucking they saw what happened to him, right? So of course a lot of people are going to keep their mouth shut after that. So that's like what they have, right? So ultimately, I don't really see anything happening from this. I just see like, okay, Trump's a piece of shit, and so is Elon. They're politicians. Trump's economic policy is honestly really bad, though, and that's really what I don't like about Trump's stuff right now. Um, and Elon's, spur gout was funny as fuck to laugh at. But ultimately, neither of these guys are good. No one in politics is really good, to be honest. So, like, eh, like this news does nothing to me, right? Like, ultimately, I am going to fall asleep. I did 300 sit-ups today while playing Wither and Waves on Kick and Twitch. I should link my Kick and Twitch so you guys can no, I'll link my Kick so you because that one has the videos out already, so you guys can like look at like me play Wuthering Waves and slowly descend into madness after a bit as I start to be sleepy and do my 300 squats on video. That's why I have this camera, by the way. I'm doing squats and shit on the game while playing the game. Yeah. And I do 300. I was planning on doing 100, but then I did them too fast, and I like did them all in the morning. So then I did another stream later where I did almost twice the time, and so I was like, well, I'll just do double that. And it ended up like towards the end, I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna like last minute the 40, and I did. I last minute the 20, and then like when I was about to pass out, I did 20 more. Hell yeah, 300 squats. I have a barbell too that I use. I don't know if I have good form though. Doesn't really matter to me right now. Fact is, I did them, and they felt like shit. But I'm gonna love when I wake up tomorrow. When I wake up tomorrow, because I'm gonna have a good ass fucking sleep. And yeah, this isn't going to hurt me in the sleep. I'm gonna have just as much sleep as I was if I didn't know about this. But like I said, I don't think it really matters. Epstein's just a weirdo that doesn't really matter. And Trump being a PDF file has nothing to do with this either. Just like Elon being a PDF file has nothing to do with this either. In fact, Elon being a PDF file has to do with his own fucking tweets about his own kid. You know, like that's the thing about Elon. Like Elon did it to himself with that one. So anyway, I really don't really care. I didn't really care to begin with, but now I'm just saying that I don't care because it's like it's a nothing burger. Like we kind of knew about it already. I feel like anyone who says they didn't know is kind of a moron, and that just kind of needs to be said. Anyway, see ya.